Okay, good afternoon and welcome to Iyun's Benzion. Today we'll be focusing, on Daf Kuf Gimel on V's 103b. We're going to talk about this mitzvah of Chalitza. So the Gemara, about 10 lines down, 2 dots, the Gemara says, Tanur about Nalo in Nalo. It says Nalo in the pasuk, the first pasuk, by Chalitza. She has to take off his shoe. Ainli ala Nalo, it has to belong to him. Now shall call out minayin. How do you know b'diavad it works even if it doesn't belong to the Yavam? Talmud lower now mikol makom. Next pasuk says base chalitza now. It repeats the word now a second time. It says it's stama, so therefore any now works, even if it doesn't belong to him. Im came out Talmud lower nalo. So I say nalo. If any word nalo aroylo probably golo sheinachal halachlo probably kata sheinachal ravlaglo. So you could have read the Gemara that nalo teaches me it has to be his chachila. Now means anything is also good l'chatchila. Why say now? That's how the Gemara sounds. Now lo, right? Really, technically, you don't need it to be his shoe. So why does it say now lo? Now lo is not to teach me that it has to be his. It just has to be something that fits his foot. It's not going to fall off his foot or it's too small for his foot. But then the Gemara towards the bottom doesn't say that. The Gemara says there was an incident where Abaye Vakai Kamid Rav Yosef. Abaye was saying to Rav Yosef, who was the Dayan, the Yevamos came to Chalitza. I'm really havle sandalich. So Rav Yosef to Abaye, give the man the Yavam your sandal, so you can do it. Yale sandal the small, give him his left one. I'm really Amar Damar Rabban the Echila Miyamar. So Abaye said back to him, you're not supposed to use your left shoe, only the right shoe. Lachatchila. I'm really Yahaki sandal shein shalom nami. Amar Damar Rabban the Echila Miyamar. So he responded back to him, it has to belong to him. Why are you telling me to give him my shoe? Right? The Mishnah says b'diavad, that works. And then he answered back, Yosef back to him, I didn't mean to say that you should just give it to him, you should also mock it, it should belong to him. See here clearly from the Gemara that if it doesn't belong to the guy, it's not his, he doesn't own the shoe, it's only valid b'diavad, not l'chatchila. So you see from the bottom of the Gemara that when really nalo comes to teach me two things. It comes to teach me that it has to fit his foot, it can't fall off his foot, or it's to be too small for his foot, and it has to belong to him. Tosfos asks another question. Talmud lower now, the top Tosfos on Kuf Galam Beis, Avgad Darshin Le'el Lo Nema Takash in Midi Archin Lo, right? How could the Gemara? This is another question. How does the Gemara learn now that even if it doesn't belong to him, but it's okay? The Gemara in Kuf Beis and Beis learned, right? Really, the word now. When I first see the word now, I think it means Takash. The pasuk says Alecha Takash. Takash is a weird type of leather that they talk about in Mitzvah Shabbos, maybe a leopard or something like that. It has to be the leather of a leopard, or leopard print. How do you know any leather? The Gemara says now, any leather, right? It can't be canvas, but any leather is okay. So, how are you learning everything from the word now over here? Now teaches me everything. It teaches me also over here that it doesn't have to belong to him. What's going on over here? So, I'd like to explain over here that, like I was saying the other day, is that really recommended is supposed to be now. Means a sandal, right? That's the recommended way of doing it. A minal might be b'diavad. A sandal is from sundial. It has an opening on the top, right? A sandal is open on the top of your foot. There's an opening on the top of your foot. And a woman's heels also, they have an opening on the top of your foot. You might have a buckle or something like that, but it's open on the top of the foot as opposed to a minal. And that's why it's called now, because you have to fasten, you have to tie it around the top of your foot, otherwise it's going to fall off. The minal is a loafer or something like that you don't necessarily have to tie. You can just slip it onto your foot. It covers the top of your foot. It'll stay on your foot. And that's, the Torah says now, it says a lock, right? And something that, right? A sandal, something that must be locked. I mean, it has an opening on the top. And really, I explained that you're supposed to take a woman's shoe. This is my chiddush. You're supposed to take a woman's shoe, a woman's heel, ekav. It has to be an ekav, a heel. Let's take a woman's shoe, a woman's heel, because that's what it's symbolizing. It's symbolizing that you're losing out on a wife. A wife, her shoe is the wife, the Yevamos. So that's what the Gemara said before. The Gemara, and what is this halacha that has to be shalom? It has to belong to him. What is this, like lachem? It doesn't say in the Torah. It says by lulav. It says lachem. It has to belong to you. It doesn't say lachem over here. It doesn't. The Torah is not interested that it belongs to the man. The Torah is interested that he bought it. Why is he interested that he bought it? Because obviously he doesn't have women's shoes. A man doesn't have women's shoes. So by the fact that he goes out to the store and buys it, he buys a woman's shoe. So therefore, he's going to properly, if he just takes one of his own shoes, right? It's not going to be a woman's shoe. It's going to be his shoe, a man's shoe. And the proper way of doing it, the Chakila way of doing it, is by a woman's shoe. That's why the Gemara says, now lo, it should belong to him. He should purchase it, go out and buy it. And that's what he said, I mean, we ever found that it has to be leopard print? No, that's the prototypical type, maybe the most designer type of a woman's heel is leopard print. So it's all included in the drasha. And that's what the Gemara says, now lo, right? Now lo, really it should be that he bought it. And everyone recognized that it's a woman's heel. What's he doing? He's taking off the shoe that really should belong to his Yevama. He's taking that off. She's taking it off him. When the Torah said the next pasuk is Beis Chalatz Hanal, right? Everyone makes this proclamation, and after it happens, say Beis Chalatz Hanal is, if that is basically, that's where the Gemara's darshan is a second nal, is to tell you that even if it's done in a way that it's not recognizable, what the symbolic act that she's taking off her shoe from his foot, and he's losing out on her. He's doing it with a man's shoe or anything like that, or it belongs to him or anything, or it's a leather shoe, or it's not symbolic of the heel, or it's a minnow or things like that. The fact that everyone calls out, Beis Chalatz Hanal, they say, no, Chalitza was done over here, that B'diavad is okay, because everyone's proclaiming Beis Chalatz Hanal, that Chalitza happened over here, and we know B'diavad that happened. So everything is really included, and that's why also the Chachila, it has to be something that fits on him. Something that fits on him. Chachila has to be fits on him, it has to belong to him, it has to fit on him, that it would be symbolic of, technically, he's wearing his wife's shoe that fits on him. His wife is symbolic of the shoe. His Yevama symbolic of the shoe. When you wear a shoe, you're wearing shoes, it's your wife. I mean, that's a sod. But anyway, so that's the whole idea over here. L'chachila, you're supposed to make it clear to everybody, the symbolicism over here, that she's taking off herself from your foot. But the Eved, Beis Chalatz Hanal, everyone proclaims Chalitza went over here, so we know even if it's a man's shoe, it would still be okay. That would be the share for today. I hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one.